90% of amateurs that hit bad shots, it's their backswing. I learned from Jack Nicklaus, that whether he knew it or not, it was a Golf Digest golf lesson tees. It was like 1 through I don't know how many. They looked like cartoon pictures on how to fade the ball, how to draw it. They had arrows and stuff. He showed his grip. I learned the grip, the interlocking grip through him. That to me has been the greatest, and that's what got me in the game of golf, is watching him, following him, and those lessons that he did on paper, not on. You know, it's amazing when you play with amateurs a lot. People that hit out of the rough, they grip the club so tight that they think it's going to help them advance the ball. When I hit out of the rough, I like to loosen my hands up as much as possible, and right at impact, my left arm just basically hits the ball. The looser the grip, the better chance the club has a chance of getting through the grass. What's about 80 feet?
Yeah.
All I like to try and do is just make sure I get the line. Of course, the speed. You want to make sure the speed's good. Of course, this is a putt that's, you're not always going to make, unless you're Tiger Woods. But my goal here is to try and get close enough to where I can at least 2-putt and get a good birdie and go on to the next hole with some momentum. Yep. Tough putt. Speed was good, but just the wrong direction. I'm more of a feel putter. I feel when I see the line, I just try and hit that line, and it's all about speed.
I heard you once say that the biggest problem that your pro-am and amateurs have is not enough club.
Yeah, I think pretty much 100% of the pros that play on Wednesday with amateurs, they say the same thing. I don't know. I don't know if they're scared of going over a green, but I would rather try and at least get it there to knock, have a chance getting it close than never hitting enough club. I never look behind the hole. Peter, my caddy, does sometimes when I'm confused on one, but I see a line real quick. I always have. And usually if I hit my line, I got a good chance of making it. I don't know what it is, but I've always been that way. I just look at it from behind, take 2 practice swings and hit it. If I'd have hit it, it'd have gone in maybe. Oh, shorty got me.
Shorty putt, same thing, quicker the better?
Yeah. Well, it's like Lee Trevino said, one time. He said, it's the way he putted fast. You don't have anything to worry about. The pressure's gone. Well, I got a downhill chip pretty much. It's uphill, downhill. It's a pretty tough chip, but I use my L wedge and try and flop it. I never really go over a wedge. Every now and then a 9-iron if it's a real long chip, but since we're practicing, this is that shot I was telling you about. I like to practice and just sit here with one hand and just kind of flop it up like that. And what's great about that is when you hit a shot one-handed and you hit it like that, it's so crisp, you're doing everything right. Every time before I tee off in a tournament, I take my 52 and hit about 10 or 20 balls with my left hand only. And what that does for me is all my swings, I always want to finish here inside 160 yards. I always want to finish the iron shot here because I've hit nothing but 3/4 shots now. And a lot of my long irons, I do the same thing unless I really go at it. But that has made me, that's what's improved my whole game, is just hitting one-handed shots. Sometimes a lot of people don't, when they put 2 hands on the club and they're hitting it, left, right, dribbling or whatever, they don't really have a clue. They have a clue, but they don't know which hand may be affecting their swing. So if you get a right-handed golfer, so the left-hander would be more like their right hand, going that way. But if you can practice this shot and hit it like that, solid and crisp every time, there's something in your backswing that you're doing right. You're doing everything right. And 90% of amateurs that hit bad shots, it's their backswing. Because they pick the club up, take it way outside, take it way inside. If I was to take this chip shot, like that, way outside, then I got to somehow get the club back to here to hit it square. Or if you take it too far inside, you got to get here to get it there. But what's happened with my left arm is it's just, everything is just so square throughout the whole chip. You know, I can go 70 yards is about the furthest I can hit one left-handed. But when I hit it on line and hit it solid, I'm doing everything right on my takeaway. So when I go to hitting long irons and stuff, I feel like I'm chipping. You know, I'm letting the left arm just take the club back, and the right arm's just sitting on there until impact. And the same thing with putting too. I like to hit a lot of one-handed putts, because if you don't follow through, the ball's going to go right or left every time. So I love to practice one-handed, because the good thing about it is you always follow through because the putter's so heavy. And that's pretty much a key thing is making sure you follow through every time you hit a putt. And I think if guys out there are really long hitters, they want to be good players, Nicklaus was the greatest at it. He avoided the left side all of his life. Off the tee, all I'm visualizing, if you can see that far, far little skinny tree way back there. I always like to pinpoint something I'm going to aim at. With the longer stuff, I aim at something where I'm going to aim it, hit it there, and then fade it away from that. That's what I'm trying to say. Sure. I just think of aim, and my key to my golf swing is low and slow on the back, on the takeaway, and that's that left hand. You're hitting your irons an awful lot on a golf course, and if you can tone those, and like, you know, if you got 170 yards, if you know your shot, instead of getting up there guessing, am I going to hook it? Am I going to pull it? Am I going to push it? Am I going to cut it? Well, if you can work on that one shot, that's going to be your feel-good shot that you know it can, you know, make you score good, then that's the shot you need to go with.